Is it not? Hmm. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
I'm doing all right. I don't know where my webcam's gone. No, I can't hear you right now. Why can't I hear you? I heard you for a second and then you disappeared. I don't know whether it's me or... hold on. Let me just try something. I will be right back. I'm going to try something here. Yeah. Can you hear me? No? Give me a second. I'll call you right back. Fuck.
How about now?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you too. Good.
Okay. I think that was just something going on my end there. So, excellent. Hi. Let's see.
Let's see here. This. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, found myself. Oh, where's my sound gone again? Where's my... hold on. Oh, I've done it again. I think I broke the sound with my... video settings. Give me a second. Fucking did it again.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I turn my camera on for some reason, I lose all my sound, and I'm not sure why. No, we lost it again. Just try doing the call without. Try doing the call without.
Okay. How about now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. And.
Okay. Yeah.
But I can't hear you. Okay. How about now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, good. Right. Perfect. Hey. I'm not sure why my camera's not working. I'll have to look into that. But the joys of radio, it's all about using those ear holes, right? Oh, no. Where's it gone? Hmm. Come
Let's
on,
see.
let's hope that works. Behave,
It's working.
computer. It seems. I hope it works. It seems to cut out again.
Oh, no, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we'll come back from this song. We'll get chatting. We'll talk about your music, where you're going, and all of those fun
Sure.
things.
Okay.
We'll be back in about half a minute. So what I do is I record the actual show, but I also record everything that happens like while the music's playing, the stuff they can't hear. Then I just compile all that into a bunch of reels and then send them out, leave them in a folder, and you're free to use whatever you like for your own promotion.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. You're listening to the TKR show here on CCAN Radio. That was A Little Vulture Told Me, Lyra Brown. Absolutely phenomenal. It is 9:32. It's good news, and the good news is I'm joined by the absolutely wonderful Kelsi Mayne. How are you this evening?
I'm better now. Thank you, Gavin. How are you?
Oh, that's very kind to say. I'm doing very well this evening. First off, I've just got to say, what a phenomenal performance last week. Absolutely mind-blowing.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that means the world. I know you've seen a million shows before, so that means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, when you've got me dancing around like you did the other night, that's it's definitely a good sign. And I noticed you spent a lot of time in Nashville as well.
Yeah. I spend about half the year there. I've been going back and forth down there for the last 10 years. So I mean COVID doesn't count. So I mean technically I guess like 7, but yeah.
Okay, so do you want to start with maybe a little bit about your upbringing and your early sort of exposure to music?
Yeah, well, I grew up right on the border of Windsor and Detroit. So right across was, Detroit, Michigan. And I got basically anyone that's from Windsor area is raised a lot on American influences. So I didn't really, unfortunately, know a lot of Canadian influences until I moved to Toronto after I graduated university. But so I grew up with a lot of hip hop, R&B, Motown, just those influences, and then country kind of filtered in through my dad. He was the one that he was a big Garth Brooks fan, and he would listen to Dwight Yoakam and Randy Travis and stuff. So he brought that into the household, and that's kind of what got me hooked on country.
Oh, that's amazing. And then, sorry, when did you roughly move to Toronto then? You said after university. Did you study like music or film at university, or was music then
No, I
just a different
studied
thing?
I studied nursing in university, so it's quite the shift. I always loved to sing and perform, and then um when I was like to pay for my education, I took a part-time job at this country bar that opened up. It was like a Coyote Ugly kind of bar. And so they made me their house singer, and then I would like jump up and serve, and well, I would serve, and then I would jump up on the bar and sing, and then jump back down and continue serving. And I did that to kind of get the performing bug out of my system and like be done with it and be content and then move on and have a more stable, realistic job in living, and but I think that job, that little part-time job, did the opposite, and I and I got bit by the bug, the performing bug, even more after that. And so that's what kind of pushed me to pursue music. As soon as I graduated, I just was like, okay, I'm going to do music now. So
Excellent. I mean, I like that. And I mean, I find from listening to all these different artists like yourself that those sort of stories, you end up having like a much more wide variety of sort of where you can draw your inspiration from, right?
I think
And
so. I feel like, writing my first song at 21, I feel like that's actually helped me. My first song, it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as you think a first song would be. So, and I think it was just because being older and a bit more mature, you have your prefrontal cortex developed already, and being a music fan first and foremost, I think like that's really shaped the songs that I produce and put out. So
okay, so we're going to kick off with one of your songs here off Spotify, one of your popular ones here that has had close to 300,000 streams. But I've always said the most important thing for the record, see what I did there, that just going out performing and people going out and listening to the music, that's where the community is. So this is Kelsi Mayne, our TKR Spotlight Artist of the Day, live here on CCAN Radio. Nicely done.
woo! So that one, actually Apple has been the biggest supporter of that song, and although it's like 300,000 on Spotify, it's like almost at 900,000 streams in total worldwide. So it's pretty cool.
That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, because I mean, the reason I set up CCM Radio is because I actually, despite the double-edged sword of Spotify, I can't stand it. They're killing the small artists, giving you peanuts on sort of what you make, right? You sign up with, say,
Yeah.
DistroKid, or you've got a publicist who does that for you. By the time you've got the plays, Spotify has taken most of the money, then the distributor, and then whatever publicist, and then obviously you get what's left. So I'm like, well,
Hmm.
that's really unfair for these artists who are incredible but have basically no money, which is always one of the giant obstacles in this.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a double-edged sword. I think that's why being an independent artist is, it's not, there's sometimes it can be actually really good because you're not splitting it with so many people. Although it's a little hard, it's harder to start out, but you got to start somewhere, and feel like it's like the person that's most stubborn, I feel like, that's able to kind of like keep treading water, is the one that ends up, I think, making it in the end. So
No, I agree
I'm
with you. The
just
one who
treading right now.
no, you're right, but you're doing exactly what you just described, because I came out of left field, out of nowhere, and just went, "Hey, this," and didn't really sort of say what I was doing and what it was, and it can sometimes has come across to people as like, what type of scam is this bloke playing? I'm like, no, I just like music. I like what I do, and I just do it and hope that someone's like, oh, here's an opportunity and a free platform for me to find a audience that I didn't have before.
Yeah, yeah, and that, I mean, well, thank you for doing that. That is the most impressive thing, I feel like, out of anything that like us artists do, is like the people like you that just do this out of the love of what you do, and just wanting to provide that kind of platform. Like, who does that?
Well, I mean, this is it though. It's if I couldn't do any of this if it wasn't for you. So I'm equally as appreciative, and we're just about to come back from that song.
Sure.
Um, For the record, Kelsi Mayne here on the Kindness Revolution Show. I'm your host, Gavin the Brit, and over there is the wonderful Kelsi Mayne. And we were just discussing how, as an independent artist, you just gotta sometimes just take it by the horns, right?
Yeah, and saying yes to as many things as you can, I think, is like key. So it's very underestimated.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your songwriting process, if we can, without giving away too many sort of your trade secrets. But how do you typically start? Is there a sort of just like a phrase that comes to mind? You're like, oh, I could build off that, or do you primarily use sort of personal life events to tell a story?
It's kind of both. It's kind of like my thoughts. So before 2 years ago, I had to make up stories and kind of like pretend I knew what was going on and like sing about it. And then a lot has happened in the last 2 years where it all stemmed from I was engaged. I was with someone for 10 years. I got a phone call from another woman. She told me some things and then I left him the next day. So, and then like from there, I'm like, I've experienced so many other things from like, and then 2 weeks later, I lost my grandmother. And then like, I had to open for Russell Dickerson the next day. And then it was just like all of this whirlwind that just hit me all at once. And I feel like I just learned and I grew so much from that year that I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm talking about. Now I can sing about real life and I don't have to make up anything. This is all sadly, fortunately, but unfortunately, um, it's all coming from true experiences. So for me, I feel like it's easier to come up with ideas because I've actually lived it now. So
Yeah, it's the storytelling sort of process. And I was saying this on the show the other week about this show. It's unless you're sort of going out, I mean, unless you're going out there and doing something and living the experience, telling the story or just creating content for content's sake, is absolutely exhausting, like emotionally and physically, right?
yeah, I think there was a bigger country artist. I think it was like Wyatt Flores or Ella Langley or someone like that, and they were saying how they purposefully had to like schedule breaks in between things because they're like, if you expect me to write about experiences, and I need time and time to experience things, so that I know what to write about next. So yeah, it's important.
No, absolutely. And out of the whole recording process, and I would say including sort of the writing part as well, is there a particular part that's your favorite?
The writing process, I love collaborating. I mean, I've always loved like teamwork, and I grew up playing sports my whole life, and you know, I've been both the team captain and the teammate, and kind of knowing your role in the room, I think is important. And sometimes you're in a room of heavy hitters and it's like they're bulldozing the right, and you just kind of like sit back and your role and you kind of add where you can. But and then some other rooms you might be the most experienced one, and then you're spearheading the whole thing. And but it's the cool thing about writing with new people. And I feel like the collaborating is like every single new person that you work with, you're collecting a new tool and for your tool belt. And every single experience is valuable. So yeah.
That's a phenomenal answer. I mean, it seems like you're someone who knows. This is Kelsi Mayne, our TKR Spotlight Artist of the Day.
Nice.
Oh, I love it when that works out.
Did you plan that?
I just happened to see the song title up there, and you spoke so eloquently and fluently. I'm like, well, this was just sent by the divine.
That's great.
That's good.
Ironically, someone who knows I wrote that by myself, though.
Well, it's clear. There's clearly a point to it for sure. So let's have a look here. I want to play Time Machine towards the end because obviously that's your latest single. And so when we get to that sort of bit, we will do. I'll get you to announce, "Hey, I'm Kelsi. You're listening to CCAN Radio. This is my brand new single," and then I can take that audio clip, and anytime it plays on the 24-hour station, it will come up that, and it just adds that sort of oomph to the song, right?
Okay. Remind me what to say when we get to it.
I'll send it in a message, and you should be able to see it.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at the list of sort of questions that we've got going on. Let's have a look here. So was last Thursday the album release or the EP release?
Album release, yeah.
It was the album release. Okay, I was because I think I announced it like on Instagram, like EP release, because I've been to so many EP releases. I'm like, yeah, just.
I mean, it's only 7 songs, so I like 7. I guess is like the cutoff threshold where it's like 7 or more is considered an album. But I think technically the length of it might be. I think it's under 30 minutes or whatever, so that's like also can be considered an EP, so you're not entirely wrong. But
I mean, it's whatever the artist says it is. I mean, yeah, if it's like 2 or 3 songs, definitely an EP, but I think anything sort of over 6 is more getting closer to sort of album length, or part 1 of an album, you know, when you used to get the 2 CDs in an album case.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I love the fact that you had CDs for sale.
Oh yeah, that was my first one. My second one, like this next one, I'm working on actually a vinyl for it, so that's coming down the line.
That's awesome. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that in a few seconds because we're going to come back from that song. You're listening to the TKR show here on CCAN Radio. Someone who knows, and that is Kelsi Mayne, who joins us live here in the studio. How are you this evening? Doing well?
I'm great. I am great.
Have you been watching any of the World Cup as of late?
I have. My nephew is like the biggest soccer fan right now, so like he's like living and breathing soccer, so football according to you Brits. So
well actually it turns out it was the English who invented the term soccer, and then we've been all walking around all high and mighty going, oh, why the Americans call it? Because we gave that name because it was the Association of Soccer. Yeah, so sorry about that, North America.
What?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a little bit, and I'm really excited for the Canada game coming up next. Or is it this week on the 4th? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be a good one. I got a message here from my mother. She's like, "Did you see the fan who got so excited doing the wave? She dropped her phone right down between the stands."
I saw that. That was yesterday, I think. That was so. My heart broke for her.
Yeah, it's like knowing where your phone is and not being able to get to it. That would be.
Yeah, and kudos to that camera guy. That was pretty good.
Yeah, to catch that, right?
Yeah.
That's great. So one of the things I do want to ask you about your music, because it's easy. Well, actually, no. Challenging question. This is where any question can divide a room. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Right. And that was Kelsi Mayne, everybody. Good night.
No, but canned mushrooms, that's like a Windsor thing, and I highly recommend
canned mushrooms.
Canned mushrooms because they don't. Windsor, it has like pizza's a thing in Windsor, so it's a very sensitive subject. But and we're very critical of other people's pizza. But shredded pepperoni is a typical Windsor thing because you get it evenly on each piece, and then canned mushrooms because then the fresh mushrooms, those burn out and they dry up, so it prevents that. So try it.
That's a very, very smart idea. But if they were building the pizza properly, they would have just put the mushrooms under the cheese and under the sauce. Whoopsie!
Ooh.
I've now got the whole city of Windsor and Detroit after me. Great.
You might.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you just got to break bad. This is Breaking Bad. Kelsi Mayne. Sometimes it's a stretch.
That was still pretty good.
Thanks. I try. Let's have a look here. So I'm going to ask you, what have you faced? What's the biggest thing that you faced in the industry that you would say is your biggest challenge?
I think just breaking through the noise that's the hardest thing. It's like getting people, hey, listen, open my email, or I think that's the hardest thing.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I struggle because of what I do, and then there are the people who do what I do, but for money, trying to get through that gap and stand out. It is quite difficult. And I think to a certain degree, it's. I've had this conversation with a bunch of other female artists, and I'm like, how do you get around the industry is always basically men can show up fully clothed on a stage and still get a good turnout, but if the woman isn't sort of half naked, it's much harder. How do you get around having to do these ridiculous things? Because it sucks. Obviously educating the man not to be a dick is a good place to start, but
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've had to kind of play both sides of the card. I still have my rules of like what I will and will not do, and just sticking to them. But I mean, I don't really know any different. So that's the thing. It's like I've always been a girl, so I don't know what it's really like to be on the other side of that. So
okay,
I don't know.
I think it's because I watch from, I say, above. That sounds a little bit pretentious. I mean, just for watching from the outside and seeing how things happen, I feel like some people are getting sort of miseducated on the point of their music, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I try to do my best to just have my music kind of speak for itself, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, we're going to be coming back from that song. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to talk about activities outside of the work zone. Breaking Bad. Kelsi Mayne, our TKR Spotlight Artist of the Day, who joins us live, which is always nice to have a guest. It stops me going stir crazy alone on my own in the studio.
Yes, that happens. I'm in the middle.
Yeah. So speaking of like stopping yourself going stir crazy from work, what sort of activities do you kind of do to unwind, step away when the process gets, say, a little too overwhelming?
Well, I mean, that I'm still trying to figure out. Just I think being an independent artist, like I live and breathe and do this job, I don't know, every second I can of the day. Um at the end of the night, sometimes, I'll turn on some garbage TV with my my sister and my brother-in-law. I when I stay with them when I'm in Toronto. And so right now we're watching Love Island. So that is That's our little guilty pleasure.
I was going to say that's a great way to switch off the brain. No, that's good.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many facets in being an independent artist, whether it's like the administrative side or the creative side and performing or rehearsing or writing. And then there's also the more boring stuff like registering things and making content and stuff like that. Like so I feel like there's always something to do. So that keeps me very, very busy. So I don't really have a lot of time. But I do enjoy it. So it's not really considered work when you enjoy it. So
well, it seems like you've got a lot of things to do when you can't sleep. This is Kelsi Mayne. Right. That worked out quite nicely.
You're hilarious.
Thank you. So what we're actually going to do, because the top 10 at 10 starts in like 4 minutes. You're actually number 10 in today's chart. So we're just going to come back. We're going to talk. I'm going to announce that, hey, this is your time machine is number 1. Go ahead and introduce it, and then just introduce your song. We'll play it. We'll chat for as long as you want to as we do the countdown, and then yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
So we're doing Time Machine next.
Yeah, that'll be the song as it's your new single. The one
I voted. Cool.
I get my parents, friends, and family. I'm like, if the voting is low on it, I'm like, go vote for these ones. And it definitely helps because over time people start seeing. And now I've basically anyone who makes it into the top 30 of the week, I make one of those little animation cards for. So they can then just share it any time that they make it into the top 30. They can be, hey, listen to me. I've made it somewhere in the top 30. It draws people into the station, trying to get everybody's audiences listening to all these other people.
Cool. And then, so I say, this is, I'm Kelsi Mayne. You're listening to CCAN Radio. This is my song at number 1 called Time Machine.
At number 10.
Number 10, sorry. Number 10.
Maybe by the end of this week, if you get your people to go to the website and vote for it, it can be number 1. I like the can-do attitude there. But yeah, everything else was perfect.
Okay, cool.
So what we're going to do is when we come back from this one, we're going to talk about what you've got coming up in the grand scheme of shows and what have you, because I think you're off... Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at your calendar right now on your website. You're playing in September again in Toronto, I think?
No, not in Toronto.
Well, you should.
There might be something that comes up. We're talking a little bit, but
I would love to see you, Katie St. Germain, Isla Barker and Leanne Pearson play a show together. That would be one epic lineup.
Oh, well, I don't know who Isla is, but I know the 2 other ladies very well. But I would love to know who. I would love to look her up.
Yeah, she's also from Ontario, actually.
Isla, okay, awesome.
Yeah, seeing the 4 of you do a proper outdoor country show would be brilliant.
I would love to do that.
Right, I'll put that in my little note of things to do this year. Organize. But that's kind of the thing. If I can get the artist to agree, hey, if you just show up, you'll get paid for your time, and there's other ways to make money, but your focus is your music. I cover the other stuff, and it makes it easier. And we are coming back right now. Sorry. Can't sleep? Well, that's your problem, not mine. You're listening to the Kindness Revolution show here on CCAN Radio. I'm joined now by Kelsi Mayne. And what do you got coming up? Any other shows that I can come see you in Ontario, Canada, the US? What have you got planned?
Yeah, I have. Well, I'm heading out to I don't know if you can come to it, but I'm heading out to Calgary Stampede in a couple days. So I'll be there for 10 days performing every single day. And then I come back and I have some other shows in Ontario, St. Mary's, Ontario, July 25th. and that's the Kinsman Park Summerfest. And then so I'm headlining that. And then I'm playing Dresden Kinstock. That is in August 15th. And I think I have some other shows in between. I'm totally missing. Oh, I go back to Alberta. That's what I'm doing. Big Valley Jamboree, another big festival out there, August 1st and 2nd. And yeah, I'm kind of all over Canada. But
that's fantastic. You did say Calgary Stampede. So my business partner, I still have a key to his house. He's gone camping. He's without cell reception, so he won't hear this. I could maybe fly out, stay in his house, come see a quick show, fly back, and he'll be none the wiser until he hears this a week later.
I won't tell a soul.
Excellent. Just don't talk about it openly on the internet. That's a great way of keeping things a secret. Well, it's got to 10 o'clock. That means it's time for the top 10 at 10. And interestingly enough, would you like to introduce the song at number 10, Kelsi?
I would love to. My name is Kelsi Mayne, and this is my song at number 10 called Time Machine.
Very nice. And now I need to quickly.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I didn't say CCAN.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely good. This is why I like doing live. But what I did get recorded on another channel was you say CCAN, so I'll just like stitch it in.
Do it. Sure.
We'll do this song, then we'll do number 9, we'll come back, and then I think you said you've got another sort of like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. 29th. That's the 29th. I always look at the top 10 on the website. I'm like, crap, I should have actually built the playlist before I did anything.
Oh man, that's radio. Anyone in radio just blows my mind and how they're able to multitask.
We lie very well at our abilities. That's good. Okay, that's in order, I think.
I always get anxiety when I go into a radio station and just like, and it's live and I can see them like, they'll like talk to me until like the very, like what you're doing, like until the very last second. There's like countdowns and stuff like that. And I'm like, stop talking. Like, let's like, you're about to go on.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that takes years of practice. I mean, I've been doing this since I came to Canada. I started in campus community radio, then into commercial radio for what is now Virgin Radio. And yeah, the early days, there'll be times that I'm like, I could time it well enough, and then I'm like, and there'd be like 3 minutes of dead air as I gone to the washroom, and then lock myself out the studio. There have definitely been those times. So.
Oh man. What campus radio station were you at?
It was the University of Winnipeg and then the Red River College.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. I timed that one perfect. Almost missed the song. Let's just check it's playing. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. So, is there anything that you like? Any big visions you have Because obviously you're busy playing a lot of shows coming over the summer, but is there any big visions you have for yourself in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I want to do I want to tour the world. I'm gonna tour the U.S. next. Australia is on the docket, and the UK and Europe, and whoever else wants me, I think.
That's
So
awesome.
those are things that I really want in like the next year or so. I want to get signed and get that ball rolling. So yeah.
Yeah, no, what I will say is that that's always a goal to have, but read that fine print in that contract. Always make sure that in that contract you keep ownership rights, because they are very good at misleading the artists who obviously
Yes.
don't know any better.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I will. I got some good contacts for lawyers and stuff. So
Okay, that's always good. Yeah, so one thing I say is, like, if you can get signed, that's great. It definitely helps. But yeah, careful what you're signing away.
yeah, I think first I want to just sign with like an agency and some publishing, and then we'll go from there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Excellent. I'm trying to. What I really want to do is an RV radio show tour from like here to Calgary, and just take a couple of artists along in an RV, play a few shows across Canada, and just live broadcast the thing. I was trying to do it this summer, but I think it'll have to be a next summer thing.
Yeah. No, that would be so cool.
Nice.
I would be game for that.
Right, I'll put your name down on my post-it note.
Okay.
That was number 9 here on the top 10 at 10 with our special guest, Kelsi Mayne. We were just discussing future visions. And it all sounds very exciting, but because you haven't subscribed, the people who are listening to this, you're going to miss that little bit. But if you go subscribe, we can then use the money to help all these independent artists who need the help, because Spotify sucks.
Yes. Yeah.
Did I say that out loud? Oh my.
What?
What can they do? Sue me for nothing? Excellent. Good old Spotify. That's absolutely fantastic.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'm counting my pennies right now, so we're stretching them as far as we can go right now.
Well, the way I've actually set up the live show is to make sure that we do this fairly. Any of the songs played through live365.com, which means anytime it's the track plays, it's tracked by the royalties and you get paid out. I think it's the same that Spotify does. But when I do the live show, I play it through Spotify and it goes and broadcasts. So actually, every time I play it on the show, it gets counted twice.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, that's my little backhand to the big corporations going, well, if you're going to be so ruthless and steal all this money from the independent artists, I'm going to do my best to get some back, like Robin Hood.
Well, thank you. It's very, very thoughtful.
Apparently, I've been talking with my devil. This is the Carl Jordan Project at number 8 in the top 10 at 10. Nicely done. Thank you. Well, we'll do this song. We'll come back and we'll say our farewells. You've probably got a lot to get ready for this week. Lots of traveling. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and the album release. I realize I'm like, there's reasons why people don't plan big events on their birthdays, and also album releases on huge festival dates. It's like,
which is the album release date?
July 3rd. So this is the first
3rd.
day we're playing the Calgary Stampede.
Okay. That's super cool though. Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited, like, once I'm on the stage, but the stuff leading up to it, like, I just realized now, like, I don't know, a half an hour ago, I'm like, oh, I need to do this before it releases, and I need to do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, shoot, what about this?
I think the
So my
important
brain
thing
is
is, though,
always,
is if you just show up for that show on the third, as far as I can tell, you're on a rocket ship to the moon and beyond with your musical career. Like, it's the way you have the
oh,
energy and you put yourself out there. I mean,
thank
even to the
you.
point that I think it was like your drummer, when I popped my head in through the door the other night, we caught it on camera that you could see the look in your drummer's like, who's this random bearded guy just like bursting into the dressing room looking out for you? But it was like how you were just like, oh, hey, so welcoming to like collaboration and stuff. That really, really does help.
Yeah, my band, they're like my big brothers. So they're a little, they can be like a little defensive sometimes, which is a good thing for like certain
Yeah.
scenarios. Yeah.
No, 100%. Because most people aren't supposed to be going down that back passage. But I've been there before, and I found that if you just walk with purpose, no one questions it.
Yep.
Where's the next song? There is playlist. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send your publicist a bunch of links. And basically, they can send the actual MP3 files, and that means I can get all your music, all the songs up and in rotation, spinning and playing
Oh, cool.
much faster. And then it means that every song that you submit goes into the artist library, which people can then vote on the daily top 10, the weekly top 30, and then the top 20 artists of the month.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, and I've got a few other artists who are just like, this is what you're doing. So they're bringing people, and they're slowly. I'm getting messages going, I came across this other different artist when looking for this one, so it seems to be working.
Yeah, very smart.
So I think the final conversation that we're going to have is AI in music. What is your stance?
Yeah, I think there are some really good uses of it. But then there's also, if ever I hear a fully made by AI, that's something that's released and put out on distribution like Spotify and Apple and
Yeah.
stuff. I think that should not be allowed. But I do love how, for instance, Randy Travis, he lost his ability to sing, but he has these songs that he wants to still release with his voice on it. And he's got one of the best voices in country music history. And he's now releasing songs. He's getting ready to release some songs with his voice put on by AI. So in that way, when it's the artist themselves putting out their own voice, I think that is beautiful, and I think that should be celebrated. So there's some wins and some losses, but I try to focus on the positive side to it.
Yeah, no, I like that attitude, because I mean, everywhere you will find what they call AI slop, where people don't, because like I find AI in art, all of the artwork now has been 3 years of me working with an AI machine, slowly coming up with ideas and evolving it slightly. But the early generations of even my stuff that I did using AI was just fucking garbage. But it's one of those things that if you stick with it, if you create something of purpose, it can actually be quite nice. But on the other end, it can take away from real artists trying to showcase themselves. So it's like how do you manage? Because I haven't figured it out.
Yeah, my cousin, actually, we just had Father's Day, and my cousin, this was a whole conversation. It was like pulling the rug under his feet when we told him that his new favorite artist that he was obsessed with is all AI. And he was heartbroken. So it's like, sorry, dude, you're
Oh,
never gonna get to see them live. Sorry.
that's unfortunate. I know that feeling that he had, but for me, it was realizing I was dancing to. I'm like, oh, I absolutely love this, and then finding out it was Justin Bieber. It's that feeling of, oh no.
Hey, I love the Beebs, so
I secretly do, but thankfully this bit of the recording isn't going live. No one will know, and only I have it. Absolutely amazing. All right, we are coming back in, I can't count, about 30 seconds, I think. And that was, my ability to count backwards is also terrible. That was number 7, I think. I've never been able to do it. That was Lauren Minor, Till World's End, here on the Top 10 at 10. That was number 7, I think. I don't know. You can check these things out on the website, ccnradio.ca. It's directly below the player, folks, which has been set up online, so you can close down the window, but it will still play the radio station, so your phone is still usable to do whatever you want to do with it. Joined by Kelsi Mayne today. Thanks so much for dropping in. It's always a pleasure to have someone in the studio with me.
Thanks for having me. This is really cool.
Very excited for what's next with you. But yeah, if you're playing in Ontario, please do let us know, because definitely want to get out. I think Calgary might be a bit of a stretch, but we'll see.
Yeah, London. I'm playing London area in July 25th, and then Chatham, Dresden area in August, and a couple places in between. So
excellent. And the official album release is the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, July 3rd on Friday. Yes.
Excellent. And yeah, I guess you should tell people your social media handles, because that's a thing, I guess, these days.
Yeah, I'm everywhere at Kelsi Mayne, but my mom is Italian, so I blame her for the weird spelling. So she spells Kelsi the Italian way, which is apparently you end it with an I like spaghetti. So it's Kelsi, and then Mayne is my last name.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and look forward to catching up with you again soon. And this is the Top 10 at 10. I'm your host, Gavin the Brit, and this is Good Girl Gone Bad Mum, Katie St. Germain at number 6. Wait, well, thank you so much.
It. Thank you.
It's been an
well, you have
pleasure.
A great rest of the evening. You have to go live until midnight?
No, I'm going live till 11.
Okay.
In a month or two, I'm going to start doing the 3-hour show. But while I get these first sort of few interviews going, because I did a bunch of interviews when this was a daily show, and then took a bit of a break. And then I'm like, right, let's get back into it. So I've now got to post all of the previous interviews as well on the website. So you should get all of this stuff in about 7 days, business days.
Okay. Well, thanks again. And good luck with everything. Keep me posted. And could you also give Brooke details on like links and everywhere that I can, whenever I share something, I can make sure that I'm tagging or linking the right thing?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Sweet.
Excellent. Well, safe travels and break a leg. I'm sure those shows will be amazing. I look forward to seeing some snaps online.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.